New technology is targeting crooks and bullies, even those hiding as Santa Claus. UK police have been using facial recognition and biometric technology during the Christmas season. Here with more on other uses is our tech contributor, Vilee Abraham. Hi, Vilee.
Hello, hi.
Hello, hello, and happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays to you,
even
too.
though we don't feel it quite as much here, but we can see it in Jaffa and other parts of Israel.
Pretty much.
So let's start with the facial recognition technology and how it works.
Okay, well, it's quite simple. What happens is that once a camera takes a picture of you, it compares your picture to the picture that is available on the database. I mean, your picture has to be there. Once there's a match, you are identified. And then there are a lot of things that you can do, like open your phone, check into an airplane, and many other uses.
And the uses themselves, like, obviously would be applicable over many different genres of needing this technology. Yeah, well, the facial recognition is one of several biometric methods available. There's one which is the fingerprints, which we all use to open our phones. The one disadvantage with facial recognition is that it doesn't work in dim lighting. So if we talk about the UK, we'll mention in a minute, the thing is that at night it will not be able to identify people. So what you should do is you should combine it with iris scans, which are applicable and can work at night. So you have to combine the two together. And iris scans are a lot more reliable because we all have a unique pattern, which is very difficult to replicate. So in certain conditions, they work a lot better. And also, I imagine even like uses would be applicable in places like we've experienced a lot of school and workplace violence. Would this be another place to use this technology as well? Yeah, so it's used as policing and surveillance, so like we saw in Christmas shopping in London. Taylor Swift concert, she had cameras along the screen in her concert in order to be able to recognize some stalker, somebody that was stalking her, and this caused a lot of controversy because nobody consented to being identified by facial recognition technology. It's used for surveillance by Chinese police. Well, we know that they like to follow their citizens very much. Check-ins in Delta Airlines from curb to gate and onto the plane, all by using facial recognition, so you don't need passports. And this saves about 9 minutes from the whole boarding process, which is really significant, especially now in the holidays when there are a lot of delays. And the summer, retail, Cali Burger in LA, you can buy hamburger by just using your face. KFC restaurant in China, you smile and you make your order. Public schools in upstate New York, and detection of rare diseases. So, and then, as far as the Christmas season, how, are people aware that this technology is there, or is it meant to kind of be, off the radar? Well, it's not meant to be off the radar. I mean, if you look at what happened in the UK, they had signage saying, look, in this area, we have facial recognition technology deployed. So it's a good diversion tactic. Yeah, but the other thing is, when you look at what happened in the United States in 2003, for example, it was used and people concealed their identities. They wore masks. So it's really a problem when you tell people, look, we have this. Using it. Exactly, because people who are wanted will be able to, it's like in the street, when on Waze that a speed trap is ahead, you're not going to speed where, if you don't know it's there. So, And, what are also some of the upsides and downsides, other upsides and downsides? Yeah, so in China, for example, local police was able to capture people who were wanted. There was a group of a lot of people, thousands of people that were able to identify the thief, the suspect, and also helped British police find wanted people in a music festival. But there are also a lot of downsides. If you look at the ethical, legal, and enforcement issues, one of the things is that you can hide your identity, and the other thing is that it violates people's right to privacy. So a lot of good things, a lot of bad things, but overall I think that because there's an increasing crime rate here in Israel and in London, for example, you have to have this in order to provide... Well, and listen, a good deterrent. And let's get switch to the biometric authentication process as well, also becoming very useful. Yeah, so the biometric process is actually uses your fingerprints. So, for example, if you have here in the airport, instead of using your passport, what you do is you have your finger scanned, and this also speeds up the process considerably. All right, well, Vilee, thank you very much for that insight. Well, it's a pleasure.